Hi, Pavsaya. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use Godot engine using the Blender shortcuts. Especially the Godot, shortcuts are pretty banky, and using the Blender G to move and R to rotate and S to scale is so, like we are so used to it that you really can't use any other 3D software without those shortcuts. And I found an add-on that does exactly that, and it's really good and just like Blender. So let's just get started. Okay, here we are in Blender. No, we are in Godot, sorry. Let's go to the asset library and search for Blender. Mix up the words there, and here's the add-on called Blender 3D Shortcuts. Let's click on it and hit download. Should download in a second, not too heavy, and install. It's going to be installed. Go to project settings, and in plugins, enable it. Make sure it's enabled, and boom, go to 3D and go and create our 3D scene. I'm going to control A to add our mesh instance 3D. I'm going to create it into a let's go cube, and you can do anything like that. Let's scale it up by hitting S, and now you can scale it. See, just like Blender. G to move, R to rotate, and it immediately switched to the modes. It's not like have to go to, you can see sometimes when you scale it's left in the scale menu, but pretty nice, it's working. Okay, you can use to this, and I'm going to control D, I'm going to G, just like that. I mean, shift D to duplicate would be nice too, but I think control D is okay. Shift D opens the preference. I think it's okay, it's enough, I think. And you can use control D to duplicate it, G to move, just like that. R to rotate on the Z axis if you want, on the Y axis if you want, you can lock the axes, and just like that. G to move on the X axis, and that's about it. You can also use the existing gizmos if you want, but who cares about them actually? Now you can also select multiple and scale on the center, just like that, and rotate on the center, move on like that, and you can type out values like G and move like 1.5 on the X axis if you now press X, like that. And you can backspace to cut off the values. Like I'm going to type 78, it's too long, and if I backspace, it's going to be reverted. G to move it like that. If you confirm it, you can do backspace, and if you use Alt with the key that does that action, for example Alt G to reset the position and Alt R to reset rotation, like that. We're going to go ahead and select this one, and I'm going to Alt R to reset the rotation, Alt S to reset the scale. It opens the shader editor for some reason. Need to fix that. You need to remind your shader editor opening key, and Alt G to reset the position to the default position or to 0. Pretty nice. And you can also use the Z key to switch view modes like shading, unshading, lighting, wireframe, outdraw, normal, stuff like that. And that's about it. This also works in the curves editor for some reason or something like that. And but these are kind of the main features that I am interested in. I hope let's go ahead and create our 3D shader. Just want to test something. I'm gonna go to like this, create a new standard 3. Okay, messed up. Like create a new shader material, and let's create a new shader, and I'm gonna visual shader, and I name it something like this. Create it and select it to open it in the shader editor. One thing I just want to check is if I can select this and G to move it. No, we can't. Right now we can't. Yeah, right now we really can't move it. But for the developer, this should be added, because this would be really helpful. Right now it's not working. Just to report to you guys. And if any of you guys know how to code, you can contribute. I'm gonna leave the GitHub in the description. And yeah, that's about it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.